All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to I'll name this segment later. GTG spits that grease, so on and so forth. Title forever in the works. As I had said earlier on in the year, we'll be introducing the Snort retort sometime in the year, hopefully. We'll see. And then there'll be some Snort reports that'll show up later on in the year as well. So that is a thing. So we haven't forgot about that, my three-prong plan, if you will. It's kind of funny, but my three-prong plan as it pertains to that nonsense. So that's still in the works. So we're still working on that. Also, if you guys have a particular title or recommendation, or you'd like to sponsor a video, by all means, leave a show title down in the comment section below, and might make it into one of these. Big ups. So why are you guys here? If the title hasn't given me away yet, we're going to be talking about DSP not caring about his fans. How did this come up? This came up because DSP was reminiscing about how the trolling has been affecting him negatively and how it's affected his community, and how he tried to do, I want to tell you it was called fan appreciation. Where he would do like these multiplayer events with fans and all this shit. And he's going to come up with a bunch of situations or reasons on why he doesn't do it. But the reality is, one of his fans called through and whatnot. I want to tell you that was Alex Seidella. I want to say that might have been him who had called for one of those multiplayer events, and there was two other guys there with DSP, and they were kind of making fun of the way the guy was talking, thinking that, I guess you could say they thought it was a troll, or maybe they didn't. Maybe they really, they already knew and whatnot, and they were kind of laughing and joking about the shit, but that's really how dude sounds. I'm pretty sure that was Alex Seidella, but it could have been someone else. There's a lot of dents out there who have a lot of disabilities, we'll say that. So who could say? But anyway, the reality is DSP's going to tell you the trolling got out of control and that's why he doesn't do it. The reality is that he had people in his viewer base and in his fan base that he was ashamed of, and he didn't want that to look negative on himself. So that's the reason why he stopped doing it, to be honest. And he couldn't figure out a way to milk them for more money, because trust me, if people were paying, let's say $1,200, let's say $1,500 a month to do these fan appreciation multiplayer events, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not even sure if that's what he actually called them, fan appreciations. But let's call it that. If he could get them the $1,500 a month out of them, sorry about that. If he could do that, he would do it. He would do it with no problem, to be honest. For $1,500 extra a month and throws away one stream playing with a bunch of dents, he'll do it. He'd definitely do it. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and hear DSP's excuse, because I'm sure he has a bunch of them. That should be fun and whatnot. So let's go ahead and go right to that.
I don't usually play games with you.
There we go on there. Big ups to Raw Phil, because of course, big ups to Diggs for cutting this up for me. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Oh, actually, let me give you the official title of this, by the way. DSP speaks on not caring about his fans and doing what he wants. This is from June 15th of 2026. Yay. Here we go. Here we go.
I don't usually play games with viewers, Pearson. I used to actually do a special event called what did I call it? Well, I don't actually remember the specific.
Your dumbass can't even remember it. I mean, it's different if I don't remember it, because I really don't care, but I'm pretty sure it was called like fan appreciation something, but you don't even remember it. So it just goes to show how little it meant, basically. You know what I'm saying? Fucking A, bro.
Name I used to call it. But every year, at the end of the year, like Christmas week or the week after Christmas, I would do 1 to 2 weeks of
I want to say it was called like, I thought it was called like fan appreciation something. Big ups to like Praise Be Almighty Tevin, or big ups to like Theo or Agent Proper or somebody else like Secret Limited. They'll remember. There's somebody out there that'll remember it. But I thought it was called like fan appreciation or some bullshit.
Action with the fans in gaming. Excuse me. And so we'd play all kinds of games. We would do Call of Duty. We would do whatever new Battlefield there was. If there was an Assassin's Creed with multiplayer, Gears of War, Halo, right? Street Fighter or another fighting game. Whatever was out, we would do multiplayer sessions with all the viewers, okay? And these did well.
In Street Fighter 5, I distinctly remember Tevin and Theo making into one of those too. Like, I can't remember if the DSP dents dropped out because they just had bad connections, or they purposely dropped out so Tevin and Theo could get in there. I can't remember now, but I know Tevin and Theo got into like one or two of those. So that's a thing. That's a thing.
For, I would say we probably did it 3, 4, 5 years in a row. And then I want to say it was around the year when Metal Gear Solid 5 came out. And if you remember, Metal Gear Solid 5 had a multiplayer component. And that same year, a Battlefield game came out. Okay? Now, to make this clear, to do the logistics of playing with my fans is actually difficult. It wasn't just like,
how would it, that's not true. It's not true. It's not true. The dude had a fucking, remember he still had King of Hate forums. Everything could be coordinated there. Those who can make it in during this time frame makes it. Those who can't, they can't. It's as easy as that. Can't please everybody. And you can't accommodate everybody.
oh, here's a lobby I randomly do. Join.
And then remember, according to him, it was the entire week. So there's at least one day out of that entire week that someone can get in there. Just saying. Hashtag, just saying.
And if you're lucky. No, I went the extra mile. I had forums and everything. I had my fans post up the dates, the times they could play. I have an international fan base, so I had to logistically organize it so that I would be playing a certain game at the time when the fan who can play can play. It was a real work, okay, to make it happen for the fans.
You know, you're kind of being a piece of shit about this, because if this was supposed to be for the fans, this isn't extra work. This is you showing your appreciation, which is why I think it was called fan appreciation, for the year that they supported you and whatever. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
What ended up happening was when the attitudes on the internet turned against me around that time, you know, Metal Gear Solid 5, whatever year that was. What was that, like 2013, 2014? I can't remember the year. But whatever year that was, people decided, well, we're just going to ruin everything for everyone. Like, we understand that these multiplayer streams are something nice for Phil's fans. We don't care. We just want to ruin it because we're scumbags and we like making people suffer. So they would flood them and be like, oh, we want to play. Okay. Then they would join these lobbies, right? And then they would just troll. They'd join the Battlefield team just to run out in your line of fire and just block you. You can't fire. You can't shoot anything. They're teabagging. They're running around acting like assholes. In the Metal Gear game, you're supposed to be two teams sneaking. They'd immediately run out on open cover, you know, give away your position. You couldn't play. So they literally ruined the multiplayer experience that I did with my viewers. And since then, I learned my lesson. That's always going to happen. Like, no exaggeration.
So you decided to just cut them off altogether. You let a couple of trolls further the wedge that you already had with them. Yeah, that sounds real smart, Phil. You basically ostracized yourself from your own community. Yeah, that was a real smart move, Phil. That's good work, buddy. real brain trust type thinking there.
They want to try to ruin the experience for anyone who likes my content.
That's hilarious.
So I just stopped doing it. Now, there's been exceptions. For example...
So peep game on this, right? Okay, so like, for example, in our current day and age, supposedly Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are going to be re-released ports for the PS4 and the PS5, right? Okay, so I had a couple of test streams on Twitch for Call of Duty just to see how I do. I did terrible, but the stream for the most part went okay. It was stable, all this bullshit. So that's like saying if I decide to do like a multiplayer event for, like, you know what I'm saying, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Cold War, Modern Warfare 3, DLC, remastered DLC. You know, the Call of Duty games I play. And if someone popped up and said, hey man, can I, you know, join your party and can we play or whatever? Yeah, sure, no problem. And whatever. And one or two people come in and are bad actors about that shit. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna shut the stream down. I'm not gonna stream this game anymore. And I'm not gonna do any multiplayer stuff either. You know how fucking nihilistic that shit sounds? You know how defeatist that sounds? It makes you, you know, that makes you in a lot of ways. What are you doing? The fuck are you doing? And that's the problem. DSP is like an all or nothing type person. Like, if he can't have everybody who kisses his ass, then no one can kiss his ass. So you literally fucked your own community over a few people. That's what you decided to do. That's what you thought was a good idea. Holy shit.
When Street Fighter 6 came out 3 years ago, I did a lobby. And I said, hey, anyone can join. Here's the lobby. Here's the code. And
you got cleaned up. You got cleaned up. I can't remember if it was Raw, Phil, and Piece of Peace or Pop. or both. I can't remember now, but fucking A, boy, you got cleaned up.
We did lobby night. And
Matter of fact, I think one of his own fans actually got into that lobby and beasted him too, and he was super mad about that, if I remember correctly, on some LTG shit.
and basically, after doing it twice, people were bored to tears. Why? Because I beat everyone. Like,
That's literally not true, but all right. That's not true at all about him beating everybody. That's not what happened.
like, even my trolls would join the lobby and everyone. I didn't care, right?
Because actually, I know it wasn't true, because he was bitching and complaining about how I was just playing joke characters and I was just messing around because you guys are my fans and this, that, and the third. And these guys are coming in here being tryhards and they're trying to. Remember that? That was on like at least 2 separate occasions when he was bitching about that bullshit. But you were beating everybody? Eat a dick.
I just beat everyone. And so people were like, well, this is boring. Phil's playing scrubs. Why is he playing scrubs? He should be playing ranked where there's a real challenge and he can lose. So I stopped doing them.
So instead of going into rank and playing and doing that, where you could possibly lose, you just decided to stop playing altogether. Okay, that makes sense.
It's just like,
He said it, not me. Here, let me bring that back. He said that, not me.
scrubs. Why is he playing scrubs? He should be playing ranked where there's a real challenge and he can lose. So I stopped doing them.
And here's the funny part. He says he stopped doing them, but the reality is he did stop playing Street Fighter 6 for a while because he didn't want to go into rank because he knew that's where the killers were. So he took some time off from the game and then eventually came back. And then he tried to do rank, got cleaned up, right? Piece of Peace was in there, Raw Phil was in there, a few others, and then he would just hide in casual.
It's just like, I damned if I do and I damned if I don't. If I do a multiplayer session, people ruin it or complain it's boring. So then I don't do them, and then people are like, you don't care about your fans. You
don't. You literally abandon them. Yeah, so you don't care. They're very right about saying that.
don't play multiplayer. So I just don't care anymore. I just do what I want. And then people like it.
Oh, so fuck you, Dents. I'm gonna do what I want. So make sure you give me your money every time you come to my stream. But don't ask to play with me, though, because you're Dents. What a scumbag. And he wonders why he's so hated. Well, I feel like he's disliked more than hated, but there are people who hate him. So it is what it is. And in a lot of ways, rightfully deserved, to be honest.
Like, I damned if I do and I damned if I don't. If I do a multiplayer session, people ruin it or complain it's boring. So then I don't do them, and then people are like, you don't care about your fans. You don't play multiplayer. So I just don't care anymore. I just do what I want. And then people like it.
Yeah, that's a good solution. That's how it works.
That's the truth.
Like you said, that's the truth. Sick little person.
Fans, you don't play multiplayer. So I just don't care anymore. I just do what I want. And then people like it. That's the truth. All right.
That's not that didn't age well. But then again, what does he got right here? I'm sorry, I can't see what the viewer count is. It's roughly at 230, maybe. It's cut off a little bit on my side here. But that's it kind of explains why he's where he's at. A couple of years ago, he was able to at least hold on to 400 people, 400 or 500 people. We're on 2 different platforms and he can barely hold 400. Because I'm pretty sure that counter is only for YouTube. I don't think Raw Phil does it for YouTube and Kick. I think he just does it for YouTube. That's sad. That's a sad slow death. A slow internet death. Jesus Christ.
So let's see here. We have stock. Okay, what I want to do now is price out the cards again.
Oh yeah, you gotta peep the junky pulls that he does on shit like this and whatnot. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. This game, I feel like, also reinforces his new gambling addiction / obsession. But I'm here for it.
Stalking Tiger, how are you, man? Thanks for $1.
Stalking Tiger's been on his bumper for the last few weeks too. And he talks all that shit and he says, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Then he comes in with what? $1? And he gets hey, Stalking Tiger, how you doing? That's it? $1? That's it? Not even $1. It'll be like 70 cents after YouTube takes their cut.
Good to see you.
Oh man, that's so crazy.
Appreciate that.
That's so crazy.
We are very close to unlocking another unpacking. And again, if Worse for Wear does so choose to, I spelled their name wrong. If Worse for Wear does so choose to give 3 more subs, that will be also an additional pack unpacking here tonight.
Why does Worse for Wear have to shoulder the burden of this bullshit? That's insane. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame.
No, Barando, there's none of that. He says, would you have your mods vet the viewers before? No, there's no vetting. There's none of that. We've had catfishing. We've had actual moderators who moderated for me for 1.5 years just to find out they were catfishing and lying to everyone of who they were.
Yeah, he don't trust anybody, which is fitting, actually, because if you're willing to lie to everybody, if you're willing to lie about everybody, if you're willing to fucking disrespect people and all this on the whim, you don't deserve to have people's trust and whatnot. So I think it's fitting. It's fitting that he has no one that he can actually relate to or turn into a confidant or have some type of connection with offline. And he definitely doesn't have any of that stuff online. You know what I'm saying? Like, he puts everybody, like his mods currently, they're, especially after the Darziak situation, they're all in their little positions and that's where they'll stay. They'll never get anything further than that, no matter how much money they give, because he's so scared. You know what I'm saying? He's so scared. And all it would take is a couple of dents to rise up and realize we're the ones that have the power here. We have the control, but they won't because they're dents. So it is what it is.
And then they tried to basically get me banned from like Twitch and shit like that. No, we're not wasting.
I mean, he did a good job of getting himself banned from Twitch when it was all said and done. So I don't know if that really matters.
Time. There's no point. It's just a waste of everybody's time, quite frankly. Since all they want to do is ruin it, there's no point in even looking at it.
And it also explains too, like, it also reaffirms his paranoia and whatnot. He knows that everybody hates him. You know what I'm saying? Or dislikes him. Whatever. He knows it deep down. He knows that he doesn't have a friend in the world at all. Shit, he don't even trust Cat. How did he get Cat? He stole another man's horse. Well, who's to say that horse don't buck and someone else don't pick that horse up? You know what I'm saying? Last thing we need is another, you know, a Gouty version of fucking Yellowstone out in this bitch. So, you don't want that. Sorry, I've been binge watching a lot of Yellowstone because I think Rip and his wife have their own series too, and I want to see what that is. So I want to at least catch up on Yellowstone. But anyway, so yeah, like, he don't trust nobody. And that's fitting. That's fitting. Because no one trusts him. Even back in the FGC days, no one trusted him. So it makes sense.
Hey, how do I get to the regular cards?
How long have you been playing this game and you still haven't figured out the controls yet? Fucking dead.
There we go. Okay.
Don't even know how to price properly. Like, how are you going to make a profit like that? Jesus, Phil.
There we go. Bum, 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 bum.
Like, look at how soulless his store feels. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing there. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, you know, you don't have to list every card you put out, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to put every card up for sale. You can pull for some better cards.
All I'm doing is trying to get these up so we can sell them. I don't care about massive profits. I just want them sold.
How are you going to run a business like that? So he's literally willing to do it at whatever the baseline price is just to get him up and out of there. You're not trying to make a profit. And you understand why he's such a fucking failure. Here it back. I'm glad Diggs left this shit in here. Fucking retard, man.
Alright, just do 17. All I'm doing is try to get these up so we can sell them. I don't care about massive profits. I just want them sold.
The same profits that could go back into the business to get you better stuff, to better your inventory, whatever.
There we go.
Yikes.
I have played Code Veronica once before.
Yikes. Yikes. Alright, well, there you go on that. There you go on that. That shit's fucking crazy, bro. I mean, like I said, it's fitting that he doesn't trust anybody. Him not caring about his fans, like I said, they all serve a purpose. This is utilitarianism. If you don't have a purpose, you're just in the way. So that's fitting in its own right. It also explains why he could never grow, to be honest. It doesn't take much from a normie at a cursory glance to realize this isn't a good person. So, you know, it doesn't take long to be on stream because DSP says give him a chance, give him, you know, come by and hang out and see how, you know, and see I'm not that bad of a person. There are plenty of people who have said they've gone by there and it was just begging, and lashing out. No one wants to sit through that. You know what I'm saying? That's why he has to keep repetitively saying, this is the chill time. We're just here to chill and hang out. Everybody likes it here. This, that, and the third. You can go ahead and keep preaching the doctrine of Snort Korea all you want. At the end of the day, it's still fucking hell. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you want to shape that shit. But it is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This has been on the end of the segment later. GTG spits that grease. Like I said, don't ever trust a lolcow. And like I said, he wants to do what he wants. Okay, fair enough. Then you can sit there and fail doing that shit. But you know, in a few weeks, he's going to cry and complain, and he's going to squeal and holler about how he needs support, and he doesn't understand why you guys won't support him. He's doing everything that, you know, he's done everything in his power to try to, you know, do the games or play the games that you guys want him to play, and none of you want to support it. How are you guys going to keep holding out on him or punishing him for this? And these are literally terms he's used in that context. So make of that what you will. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. Oh, man. I'll talk to y'all later. Later, people.